Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome to the
Bystery Boys.
podcast.
We're all your favorite boys.
I'm Caleb,
I'm Dev.
I'm Luke.
but you can call me. Today
We're switching.
we're gonna mix up our format a little bit.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
We don't want to make it as boring.
because normally our podcast sucks. So
Yeah.
so we're gonna do music last. We're gonna mix it up. We're gonna do music last.
Save the best for last.
We're gonna do fall pet peeves second, and starting off the roster, we got our mysteries. What are the Mystery Boys known for? Mysteries. So, we're gonna talk about that today.
Hell yeah.
Do you
First-
have any comments on the new format change?
I think it's awesome. I think it keeps it interesting.
I think it'll work because people like music, and we don't want
Don't
to
wanna
ruin it by
blow
putting
our
the
load
music
too
first
soon.
and then just letting
Yeah.
the podcast drift into the abyss.
That's the
Alright.
part that we're most passionate about, I believe. So I think it
Wow.
should be save the best for last.
Oh, good idea.
Switch up the format, to see who the true fans really are.
Yeah. So, kicking off our mystery hour today. Ooh, mysteries.
Whoa.
Do.
Okay, UFOs. UFO or no?
Hold up. All right.
Aliens.
To kick off aliens, we got a spooky sound of the ghost of Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix doing a ghost. Remember we talked about the 27 Club? Now Jimi Hendrix is here to haunt us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we talk about first? Oh, Bigfoot. I don't know. Can we make any conclusions of like Jimi Hendrix to Bigfoot?
Jimi Hendrix probably had big feet.
Probably.
But I don't
All the
think he's
ladies
Bigfoot.
loved him.
Okay. Anyway, aliens.
UFO or no? Frankly, I think we need to elaborate on this issue. Why don't
Yeah.
you start us off, Luke? What do you think?
I'm gonna start off because I have no idea how to even explain. I don't know. When I was a kid, I 100% believed in like the stereotypical aliens because I was
Like the
naive because
Greys?
I was a child. I was like, wow, they're little men
The little gray
or
gray
women.
dudes.
They're little people with giant heads and skinny bodies, and
Yeah.
they're gonna probe us.
Like Ian the Alien.
And then I'm like, oh, but what about all the government conspiracies? Like, what if all the UFOs are just the government, like, spying on the people with their new technology? And I think both of those theories are quite crazy, to be frank.
Do you think
but-
Obama's a lizard man?
No.
You sure?
I don't think lizards... I don't even think real lizards exist.
Lizards aren't real? I
Maybe-
think lizards are 100%.
See, I'm totally
Yes.
gonna dismiss aliens and UFOs, but I'm totally gonna just acknowledge that we're probably in a simulation. Do.
This isn't the Matrix.
It could be.
But you know what?
Let it be.
Lizards seem to have, similar qualities to what I believe an alien would. Or most people.
They're weird looking.
Yeah, they're kind of weird looking. They're
They freak people out.
yeah. You know, they're
They're intimidating sometimes. They can kill you.
yeah.
I think an alien probably could. The only thing is
What's
that they
an
don't
alien?
fly.
Is there life on Mars?
Martians? That's an entirely different can of eggs.
Remember when the Justice League used to have the Martian dude? John.
Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter, otherwise known as John.
John, yeah.
You remember the Martian from Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
That's, what's his name?
Hello,
What's his name again? Marvin?
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
Anyway, are Martians real? We'll never know.
But UFOs, maybe it's not aliens. Maybe it's heaven itself. Maybe
the gates
it's
of
Jesus
heaven
Christ.
opening up.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ coming down in a spaceship.
Maybe Jesus was an alien.
Okay, well let's see what Devin has to say about this issue. Devin, UFOs. Oh no.
UFOs, yeah, they're definitely real.
Yeah.
100%.
Because like Area 51 is a real place.
Okay. Should we rename Area 51 to Area 50 Fun?
Absolutely.
Elaborate.
Okay, here's the thing. I think people did believe in aliens so much so that I don't know if this is real or not. You guys are gonna have to look it up. do your little sleuthing, because that's what we want to teach you guys what to do here. That's the main focus of our podcast.
Yeah, do the work for us.
Do the work for us and become a mystery person yourself. I think they did change Area 51. Like, I think Area 51 still exists, but then, like, people kept, like, coming to it because they want to find out if aliens are real, and the government's like, look at these crazy people, let's just open a new place, Area 52, and that's where we'll actually do our research.
Area 52.
And then they just basically just abandoned Area 51.
Well, is it not in the desert in Arizona?
Maybe.
Desert's not real. Don't you guys know?
Yeah, anybody knows that water is on Earth. It should be in the desert. Anyway, I think that Area 51 is a hoax. I think that Area 51 is put there to grab people's attention. And there's the real thing where they actually do crazy government stuff is like in Alaska or something.
Well, what do they do at Area 51?
You believe in like the big weather
paperwork?
station that can control the weather?
No, because otherwise they would have dealt with Hurricane Irma. But
maybe they created Hurricane Irma. Open your eyes.
The ball. Maybe they. I think Here's my thoughts. Hurricane Irma was not their creation, but they made Hurricane Jose to try to beat up Irma. But instead, they just joined teams and up the world.
Of all places, too, it would be America that would have like false flag tourism.
No.
In the sense that they would like just have like Area 51 just to like bring crazy people in and like, make them spend their money.
There'd be they'd have like a little green man outside, like, hey. He'd be like,
hey, how's it going?
You must be this tall to come into Area 51.
It'd be like, yeah. It'd be like, but by the way, I'm an alien, but also buy a Coke on your way up. 'Cause I'm sponsored by Coke, or something like that.
Only real aliens drink Coke.
Yeah.
Not Beppis.
They drink Coke.
Here's what I gotta say. UFOs are probably not real. I think that UFOs are a conspiracy created by the Russians. Just kidding.
Okay. Can we clear the air on one thing?
Yeah.
Let's make a distinction here.
Okay.
UFOs exist in like the grammatical sense, like that something that you like an object, like a flying object that's unidentifiable. Technically that is a UFO, but
yeah, but we're talking about like the little.
We're talking about
discs,
aliens.
like alien.
We don't want
spaceships.
you viewers to be confused. We're talking about aliens.
We're talking about space discs.
We're talking about space alien aircraft.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Mathematically, I think aliens exist.
Oh, for sure.
In the sense that not like alien, like just like other forms of life must exist because the universe is so vast.
There's probably like really big crabs somewhere.
Probably.
But I think
we'll probably
they'd
never
still
see them.
Be considered an alien to us.
If you're not from this country, you're technically an alien.
Yeah, you're an alien invader.
Yeah.
That's what they call them. They call them illegal aliens for a reason.
That's what you
alien
get from the United
immigrants,
States.
whatever. Yeah.
I think alien is just a word. I think we need to...
Listen,
I
I'm
think
talking
we just
about
need to-
extraterrestrials.
Okay.
And
Talking about
here's the thing.
ETs.
Here's the thing. Aliens, like... Yeah, I agree. You know what? I agree. They probably exist.
Because mathematically, it would be impossible if they didn't.
But mathematically, it would be impossible that they did. Debate.
Did we just blow your minds right there?
Frankly,
I don't know.
aliens are cool, I guess. I would love to see, like... Because, I mean, so many people, like, claim, like, just, like, any kind of, like, monster they see. Like, they'll be like, oh, I saw something that's got big eyes. They'll be like, yeah, it was an alien. So, Roswell, New Mexico can eat my ass for all I care. But UFOs, what's the final verdict?
They're real.
Mathematically real? Have they visited Earth? No.
Absolutely.
Unless you talk about, like... bacterial life that came on like a meteor or something.
Looks like we got a jail. What's it called?
We got a split panel.
Split panel
or something. I don't know.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Got a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. That's what I was looking for. We got a tiebreaker. I'm gonna have to break this tie.
All
right.
In saying that, I think UFOs are UFOs. I don't think they're real. I think that UFOs are created by aliens. But aliens haven't come to this planet. So
there you have it, viewers. We just solved aliens.
Overall, though, I think we can all agree that aliens are probably real, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say life exists somewhere else in the universe.
I think illegal immigrants are also aliens, so they're real. We know that.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah. Illegal.
This
We
is
all
the
agree.
problem with all philosophy. If you're out there, if you study philosophy or you're a philosopher, here's why your field of study is absolute garbage.
Oh God, get out of here.
Here we go. Every problem in philosophy has to do with phonetics. 100% has to do with phonetics. It's all about, like, is this boat real? It's like, well, it depends on what you mean by real. It's like, shut up. There's only one definition of real. Look in the dictionary, you dink.
Okay. Okay, I
You think?
am on the opposite spectrum. I think that's baloney.
Okay. Well, define baloney then.
I don't
think?
know. It's a
You think? Is baloney real?
it's a
Bologna's
it's
a meat.
sandwich meat,
Yeah.
but it can also be used.
You're calling me a sandwich meat?
Okay, listen,
Doesn't it end with an A?
baloney.
Bologna.
Yeah, it's just like written Bologna.
I don't know. Let's
Mess.
get a... We
But
need
that's
a-
definitely not real.
We need to
We can
consult
keep-
a-
Bologna-
Baloney is an
philosophy.
alien.
We can contend philosophy next time.
Okay.
Because right now, we gotta get to our second part.
Yeah.
Hey, to quote Eminem, next time, there will be no next time. I apologize,
Next
because I
time
know
isn't
that
real.
it's lies.
To quote Eminem, damn, that was you, Stan.
Also, I apologize because I am losing my voice.
He's
My
getting
voice
really
is like my
dry.
mind. I'm losing it.
I lost my marbles. Anyhow, moving
off my
on.
rockers.
Second spot. This part is called Fall Faults. Because we're talking about our pet peeves
It's the fall.
of the fall.
Welcome.
Because we're moving into the fall,
It's not really the fall yet, but
but we're getting there. It's
Yeah.
almost October. We got like 2
it's
weeks.
the fall theme edition. That's why we did aliens.
Because that has stuff to do with fall,
'Cause
right?
it's fall.
When you think fall, what do you think? UFOs?
So when you think of the fault of humanity, you
Absolutely.
think
You think of aliens?
I think of leaves.
Let's start off with Devin on this one. What are your fall faults? What are your biggest pet peeves about the fall, Dev?
Well, it's when most people tend to get sick, and when lots of people get sick, and that means I'm probably gonna get sick
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm at a terrible place called a high school. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but they're pretty terrible places, and
I've never heard of that.
yeah,
I've never heard of what are those things.
Yeah. They kind of suck.
Yeah, I agree. I think that getting sick blows. Like, especially like stomach flus.
Oh,
If you pass around a stomach flu, shame on you. I'm gonna give you a slap on the wrist.
6 suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you have anything to weigh in on this issue? What about do you
On
like getting
sickness?
sick?
No, I think inevitably the thing that's gonna rid the world of humanity will likely be like some form of illness. It probably won't be like nuclear war.
That's what I like to hear.
It probably won't
Well,
be
you
a
get sick
meteor.
from the radiation, though.
I hope we get sick from like.
You know what? Stop talking. I'm just kidding. You know what? I don't know. You know how many times they've tested nuclear bombs on Earth and the Earth is still here?
5 times.
Yeah, only 5.
That's like a lot of times.
They've tested nuclear bombs a lot. The
Yeah.
world's still here, people.
Yeah, wake up, sheeple.
But the thing is, I think those are little small scale tests.
What if they?
You know,
what if they
they're not
dropped it on
meaning to-
New York City?
Well, they bombed Japan twice, and it's still there.
But
Debate.
This will be the
That-
topic
that
for
was-
our next mystery.
that
Are
was a
nuclear
lot
warheads
many years
real?
ago. That was many years ago.
That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Hey guys.
Many years ago.
Remember
Welcome
when
to the
World War II
podcast.
happened in like 2012?
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I agree. I feel like sickness will wipe out people. I hope it's a little more. Well, no, that would suck. It would blow if that happened.
it seems like every new sickness that comes out, though, people are like, "This is it. This is the end of humanity. Zika's gonna kill us. Ebola's gonna kill us," and then like it doesn't.
Yeah, remember they stopped talking about Zika?
Yeah.
I
It just
remember,
sort of fades away. You never
when I was
really.
in grade 9, Ebola was like a huge thing, and then now it's like whatever.
Remember, like
No
yeah,
one
it
talks
sort of
about it.
just fades away. Like they just kind of stop talking about it slowly, and everybody forgets.
Yeah, because people just get cured or they die. and no one else catches it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think it just happens, but
It's a
frankly,
fad. It's
you know,
all a fad. All these sicknesses, people are trying to be cool.
I think like I think people like to the media likes to scare people.
People love the end of the world. People are obsessed with it.
Well,
they want
instant,
it to come.
It's instant drama.
2012.
Right.
It instantly gives you something to be involved in and have your attention paid to.
Especially
Plus, like,
preppers.
yeah.
People who have stockpiled ammunition and like food in bunkers, and they're just waiting for the end of the world.
Well, fear is an excellent way to get attention, right? Like if you're afraid of something, people are going to want the information on that.
Yep.
And so that's why I think the news media uses it so much. Not to mention, sometimes it could be considered news. Sometimes it's coming to your location. Sometimes, like there's all this shit happening. But on another note, frankly, that's extreme sickness. Sometimes it just sucks to have a runny nose.
Yeah, I think we're going too far with this. I think
True. I think
think
we're
the
just
pet
talking
peeve
about
we're talking
cold.
about
I don't
is
think
like-
we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get Ebola this fall.
Yeah.
the first week back to school sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that anything you got to say about that, Devin?
That's
we-
about it.
I
I think we
just-
discussed
yeah.
that at length.
Yeah, I don't like getting a little cold or a little flu.
Okay.
I don't enjoy that.
Any
Oh,
other-
how about you, Luke? What are your fall faults?
My faults. The fact that people think pumpkin patches are like a thing. They're like, oh, it's the fall. Let's go to the pumpkin patch. It's like that's not a thing.
You never been to a pumpkin patch?
Oh, come on.
No, maybe that's bias on my part, but come on, it's a
Wake up, sheeple.
it's a large
Again.
fruit, and you're just gonna go and just be around it and like pretend like that's the meaning of fall is just being around a bunch
Yeah.
of fruits.
Listen,
Pretty
I'm
much.
gonna
Come on.
No,
counter
pumpkin
argument.
spice lattes. Okay.
Counter argument. What about the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
That's a classic film.
What about the Great Pumpkin? Maybe somebody expects to find it in the patch.
Maybe they're wrong. I think I'm just being a little too down this podcast
Yeah,
because
you
I'm
seem a
losing
little
my
edgy.
voice.
This is Luke's edgiest podcast.
Poor
My
Luke.
cheese podcast.
His edgiest podcast ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy your
For
world.
me, okay. Well, here's my
What's
two
your fall
cents. My 2 cents. My fall faults. Frankly, fall's my favorite season. I got my little birthday. I got Halloween. I got
That's pretty good. Man. Me too.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You're giving thanks.
Yeah, you're good.
Lots
Lots
of
of
stuff's
things.
going on, right? You can walk outside. You can wear a jacket. But the problem with fall all lies. I think I'm trying to pinpoint like the exact thing that's wrong about fall, but
What about the thing that everyone thinks is wrong with fall, but no one wants to admit because it involves a holiday? The fact that on Thanksgiving, who actually wants to like sit at a table with all of their family?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I mean-
Christmas. Christmas is.
I mean, like when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, the fam's coming over. But now, like,
now I hate my
now when you
family.
grow older, you know that all it's gonna be is just like you trying to stuff ham down your face, and they're gonna be asking you questions. What do you want to be?
Where you want to
Yeah,
go?
that's
What you want to
true.
be? What you gonna do? Just come with me.
That's what they're gonna be asking you.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody hates their family, but there's kind of that stereotype around Thanksgiving where it's like, oh, my dysfunctional family's getting together.
Yeah, it's like
Here's the thing.
Christmas.
I don't think anybody hates their family, but I do. So,
Yep.
okay. Here's my thing. Thing I hate about like fall the most is like I think like how much it's like portrayed. I love the fall. I love Halloween. But I hate when people are like, here, buy my leaves for the fall. Listen, you don't need any fake leaves. They're all over the trees. They're on the ground. I don't
That's a
need
good point.
any little boots, fall boots. I mean, I appreciate the sales, but I don't need it. When stores are like, look, cash in on fall. I'm like, listen, let fall live. Let fall delicately on the ground. Because
Fall lives matter.
Autumn.
like an autumn leaf.
Yeah.
That was poetic. Despite, like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. People sort of like graze on the issue and they'll be like, oh, pumpkin spice lattes. That's bullshit. And see, that's just the beginning of the iceberg. Because you got that shit and like
Tip of the
literally
iceberg.
tell me one restaurant that does not cash in on like the fall.
Anything fall.
Or
Well,
any,
I think
any
that's
holiday
any
for that
store.
matter, right?
Any
Like
store.
everything
Yeah.
cashes in on it. I think
That's true.
it's just the fall, like the whole fall season is just
Pumpkins.
yeah, people just and take pumpkins and
Put them in.
put them in everything.
Oh,
Put them in a blender, and there you go. You got something.
You got some new McDonald's pumpkin fries.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
made out of fresh
But
pumpkin.
don't ever eat pumpkin cheesecake. It's the worst thing.
See,
Oh,
listen,
really?
the only pumpkin thing I'm gonna ingest are pumpkin seeds and pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin,
pumpkin
seeds.
pie's
So good, dude.
Yeah, that's classic.
These are staples of North American culture. So don't get rid of those, but everything else can, hit the hay.
Yeah.
Fall, pun intended. 'Cause,
I agree.
there's hay and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you guys have any thoughts on that?
No, I think you're right. I think any business that wants to do good business is going to cash in on the seasons.
Yeah, see, it's not even just fall, but I think
But I think you're right with fall. For some reason, they just go with pumpkins. They just roll with it.
Yeah, and everybody wears those white woolen scarves and
then
Ugg boots.
all the
Cringe.
all the for rent buildings that are like on the outskirts of town, like October 1st, it's been bought up by some like Halloween store that sells costumes, and like November 1st, they're back out of business.
Yeah. See, well, yeah, Halloween's a different story for me. I can handle Halloween because I'm like, oh boy,
Candy.
that's about it. See, like I've like
That's about it.
I'm about done by there. Like like when you're adult, I've actually enjoyed Halloween more when I'm an adult
Yeah.
because like going out and it's almost like I really enjoyed trick or treating and all, but when you're an adult, you can kind of it's kind of a really good hang up because you got some meaning behind it. You can watch some scary ass movies, eat some junk food. It's a good time, you can marathon some good shit.
Yeah.
But you couldn't really do that when you were a kid. It was different. You went out and trick or treated, and sometimes it was successful. Sometimes you just get like apples and granola bars,
I got a rock.
and that's
Oh man.
case in point,
I really
right?
get my roof.
But I don't know one person who doesn't love dressing up for Halloween.
All right, let's end the segment on a positive note.
Halloween's-
Everyone go around.
all right.
What was your favorite thing you went as for Halloween?
Okay. Oh shit, dude. One time when I was a little kid, and I was like, I liked puns and stuff, and so I went as a chipmunk, and so I wore a monk costume, but I stapled a bunch of potato chips to it.
Oh my god.
I was like, haha.
A walking, breathing pun.
And I got first place in the costume competition in my
Oh
school.
yeah.
So
That's pretty.
that's
good.
probably my best costume. But the one I liked the most was probably when I was like 5 and I dressed up as Harry Potter or Spider-Man. I don't remember.
Harry
nice.
Potter, Spider.
Not both of them. I was like either one or the other. I don't remember.
I remember I used to go as like superheroes just for the sole purpose of like being able to own a costume so I can wear it whenever I want.
Yeah, same. Like, yeah, you get it for the rest of your life.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to think. So I can't pinpoint just one. I'm gonna go in the corner over here for a second. I have to cough.
Cough really loud.
There you go. That was an exaggerated cough for the listeners at home.
How about you, Devin? What's your favorite costume?
It was probably one time I was really, really into the Ninja Turtles. And so I went as, I can't even remember their names now, but the red guy. Is that Mikey?
Raphael. That's Raph.
Oh, was it Raph? Yeah.
Mikey's the orange one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went as Raph, and that was pretty cool because I had this little turtle costume, and I had a little turtle shell, and so I'd always go, and like I was always going to the dollar store and getting some toys, and so they had these little plastic
Oh, yeah. With
Raph
the little
toys,
size.
and then I found like a pair of nunchucks too,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, but I was actually like, when I went as Raph, I got those little knife things. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
they're not really knives; they're just really heavy things.
No shit.
Yeah, they're not actually sharp. But
It's
anyways,
just heavy.
yeah, just super heavy things. Anyways, it'd probably kill you. But also, I went as Superman one year, which was cool. I put like these little mini balloons in my shirt, so it looked
so
like I
like
had
you
a
had
big
big-ass
muscle.
muscles? Oh, yeah.
So that was a good idea. And then
That's pretty cool.
I was a clown once. I can't remember all of them. I went as a puppy dog when I was like 2 years old.
Yeah, I think parents just use you to like show off to their friends. It's like, look how cute my kid is. Here's my kid as a gross.
But it was so
pumpkin.
cringe because like my sister was like a ladybug, and then my brother was a dog, and I was a dog. we had the same costume, but his was just bigger,
Oh
and
yeah.
he was so proud of himself. What an idiot.
It's pretty good. I
And
mean,
what about you? What's your costume?
I don't know if it was my favorite, but I remember being excited because I wanted to be Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
Just because it was like back in the day when you like actually have lightsabers.
Yeah.
And I wanted a red one. I'm like, how can I get a red one without like spending money? I'm like, oh, Mom, can I be Darth Vader for Halloween? She's like, yeah.
You know what?
So I got my red lightsaber.
I think probably my favorite. You reminded me. I went as Darth Maul once.
Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
must have been cool.
Because like I loved that movie. Which one was it? It was like the first one in the
Yeah, the
series.
Phantom
Yeah.
Menace.
The one, yeah, that one.
Oh.
And so I was like, yo, we had this face paint, and it was like, I was like, get the orange and black face paint, and my mom, so she pulled up a picture of Darth Maul on the computer, and then this was forever ago. I think I still lived in Windsor when I did this.
Oh, yeah.
And so she pulled up this picture on the computer, and then she painted my face. I looked just like Darth Maul, and I had like this little hoodie on, and I was like so cool. Yeah, I was Darth Maul. It was pretty sick.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, dude.
I mean, I remember one year, I went as Batman, but then like the next year, The Dark Knight came out.
Oh really?
So like, and I was just obsessed with the Joker. So the year after I was Batman, I was like Heath Ledger's Joker for Halloween. I was like so into that character too. I was like trying to manifest myself into it. I was like,
When
I'm
I
crazy.
when I had my long hair, I was like really curly.
Yeah, like
I
I
was
dyed
like-
it green. Well, not green, but like
Like that, yeah.
like
way
the
you
Heath
have
Ledger,
it,
like
yeah.
you could tell.
It's like kind of like it's dyed, but it's like it's like kind of like bleached out.
Faded,
a little
yeah.
bit, faded.
Yeah, it's still you can still kind of tell he has like blonde hair, but
Yeah, it's more like yeah. Well,
I think my favorite. Sorry, I just talked about like 3 costumes. I think my favorite though.
So did I.
I don't know why though. Like, there's no like reference, pop culture reference. But I did go as the Grim Reaper one year. But I think the reason I liked that one so much was, it wasn't a like a regular Grim Reaper costume where you'd have like a skeleton face.
mhm.
Instead, it was like all black, like you couldn't see anything. But the costume came with these 2 like things, like has eyes, so they like glow red
Oh, cool.
and kind of like go like that.
That's
Or, like,
crazy.
They'd like fade in and out.
Fade in and out. Yeah, you probably can't see my hand gestures that, but it'd like fade in and out like red. The only problem was like I couldn't actually see because like it was like a black,
Oh no.
Thing over your face.
it's like
Can't
putting
see
a
the
black
candy
sock
you're
over your
getting.
face.
Oh.
But you could tell it was scary to other people.
I think like everybody goes like as like a nondescript character once in their life for Halloween. Like
Yeah,
you don't go as like a kind of pop culture character. Like everybody goes as like a monster or something.
yeah, like a mummy.
Yeah, I wanted
As
a
a mummy
clown
once.
one year, but it was a complete meme.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was like, man, my nose is running, so I'm just gonna wear this little styrofoam nose.
And then you get to like grade 8 and you totally just want to like make up a character to be for Halloween. Like you
Yeah.
just like I did that. Like I just put a bunch of costumes together. It's like, what am I? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I think one year I just went as nothing.
yeah.
Like, I'm just me. I just
hate-
want candy,
I hate
dude.
When, I hate when you like have to like because like there's a couple times where I've had to like give out candy and people like come to your door like wearing like a hockey jersey and be like, "I'm a hockey player."
It's like, oh yeah.
I'm
how
like,
can
yeah,
you
good
say-
one.
Oh, another fall pet peeve, Halloween. When you go trick or treating, and they're like, "Okay, can you do a trick for me?" It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Give me the candy.
It's like,
Shut up.
That's not how this works. It's not 1840 anymore. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Get real.
I spent all of this time in my costume. Like, the worst thing about costumes, too, especially, like, living up in the Great White North, is, like,
Yeah.
you try to wear, like, a regular costume, but then you're like, oh, man, it's so cold
Yeah,
outside.
it
Yeah.
Because it's, like, pretty much November, and you go trick-or-treating at night. You're like, oh, my God.
Crazy man. Man, my dad, he was he was almost like a slave driver when we were doing our trick or treating. So there was this little subdivision that my aunt lives in Windsor, and so we used to go down there because the houses are so close together in subdivisions, like this one or yours, and my dad would walk around with this little wagon, and
It's the wacky wagon.
we'd run to to the next house like as fast as we could. Just run across the lawn. We don't care. Run across the lawn. Get the candy, and once our bags were full or too heavy, we just dump it all in the wagon. My dad was like, "Go, go, go!" You know,
it was like a race.
Get the candy.
You get the most.
You know. So, anyways, most years, we'd come back with so much candy. Then once we got older, and we could walk by ourselves, my dad started bringing the car.
Oh yeah.
And then we just like dump all our candy in the car, and then just like keep going. Man, we had so much candy. The worst part about that though, my dad would always take. Some people give out the full-size candy bars.
Oh, those are the best people.
And my dad would always take them.
I'm letting you guys know right now on the podcast.
He was like, "I took you guys out for trick or treating. I get your full size." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Taxation is theft.
Yeah, I know. Taxation.
And let all the people listening right now, which is like nobody.
I'll
if you're one of those people who gives it full size candy bar, you're the best. Just keep doing what you're doing.
You're that one person on the street.
You're awesome.
You're thebomb.com. Remember people used to say that?
Yeah. And then like people would like type it in like message boards. Yeah. And then like it'd be like underlined so you could actually click on bomb.com, and like I don't want to click it because I don't know what it's gonna be.
Where's it gonna take me?
I don't know.
Anyway, we need to move on. This segment's gone on too long.
We'll talk about Halloween
at Halloween.
Another time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Halloween when it's actually Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've reached our last segment.
Also, remember in episode 1 when I said we were all hypocrites? We were literally just complaining about companies selling out by like giving into the seasons, and now we're doing a Halloween themed podcast. All right. Anyway,
giving into the seasons.
We're gonna go to our classic bangers section of the podcast, where we talk about our hand-picked hits of our individuals. Why don't we start with Luke Garrison, because you've never started.
Okay, I guess we'll start with me, even though mine's like the most of all the 3 songs today. This one's laid back.
Luke's got the most laid back song of the day.
Everybody else always count on me for a laid back.
We're all agitated.
Yeah. Me
and Dev, we are agitated.
Yeah, we're uptight these days. Caleb had a lot of sadness and homework. And I have to go to school tomorrow. Yay. Luke, do you have school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you work, do you have school 5 days a week?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, this first song is off of a band called MGMT. Their sophomore album, Congratulations. And it's titled Song for Dan Tracy. So, Dan Tracy, if you're real and you're listening to this, song goes out to you. Alright.
Just vibe.
I think everyone in this room is surprised that I haven't picked an MGMT song yet in this podcast, because
that's Luke's favorite band.
My favorite band.
Well, you know what? I don't think either of us have picked our favorite band yet. I haven't picked a Guns N' Roses song.
I haven't picked Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I think it's just because, like, for me personally, I don't want to pick like my favorite band first. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to.
I don't want to be like,
well, that's why
Guns N' Roses all the way. Like, you know, just every week, Guns N' Roses.
I think it would have been too predictable for us to go right into our favorites, and so
that's why.
So I don't think there's any.
Week 1 I chose Joan Jett because amazing artist.
I don't think there's anything wrong with taking some time to get to your favorites. You know, we can appreciate them part. Spooky part.
It's also like the Scooby-Doo part.
Yeah, it's like just Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Anyway, all right, bangers. This is Song for Dan Tracy. So MGMT, they're still around. New album's coming out soon.
Hopefully with the Mac DeMarco feature on it.
I don't know. That's just
what I've
rumor.
Heard. Yeah, it's a rumor, I guess.
Floating around.
That's what Luke told me. But I'd be excited for it because from what I've heard of MGMT, I haven't listened to them a lot, but I'm enjoying this song. I enjoyed the last songs that I heard of them, and been pretty good stuff.
They're pretty solid, yeah. I was also introduced to this band via Luke here.
I think I introduced everyone to this band.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Electric Feel before that, and I heard Kids and stuff, and they're more famous songs, but Luke really delved me in, and I'm a big fan of this album. Congratulations.
Yeah, this is their second attempt at making an album.
And I am a big fan of this one. But overall, they're a pretty good band. They're pretty solid. They do a good job of covering all bases in their music. I find not lacking in any department. Every instrument is well played. Their lyrics are well done. Everything's just pretty solid, you know. And whenever a band's like that, they're almost guaranteed to be a good band, obviously, right? So,
let's talk about the depressing part. So this album, congratulations, was kind of a lose-lose for MGMT because they really only got signed to a record label in the first place because a representative from Sony heard their hits, Kids, Electric Feel, Time to Pretend. And they're like, oh yeah, you got some hits there, we're gonna sign you. But then like when they had to make the rest of the first album, they totally just made songs that they wanted to make, like songs they were interested in making, because they only made Kids and Electric Feel at an attempt to like make fun of the way pop music was going, but it actually ended up backfiring and being like the greatest songs of 2007.
Yeah.
And so this album was more of like the sound that they were going for in the first place. And they knew that if they made pop hits on this album, they were just going to be panned by their fans like, oh, well, these guys are just like, they're just like pop artists. But at the same time,
I think that
if they made this album, they would lose a lot of followers because a lot of their fan base was people who only liked their hits.
Right. So I guess they were trying to do something new and it kind of worked. You know what I mean? Is that what you're kind of getting at there, Luke?
I think like they did a good job of juggling both kind of things, right? Like there's a little bit there for people who are, you know, not as familiar with their sound, like myself and even Devin too.
Yeah.
To kind of, you know, hold on to there, but there's also like you can tell that they have their own passions in their music and their own way they like to do things, which carries over, right? Like you can recognize that if you have an ear for that kind of thing, and I think that they did a good job of kind of juggling both on that album, and it's an album that I thought turned out really well. It just certainly wasn't like you were saying, the pop.
Yeah. They were praised for their pop hits, and then they made none on that album.
Yeah, so.
I think any band's second album is always like.
Well, if you
tough,
come off of
right?
a huge success, right? There's so much more pressure to do the same thing or better.
Exactly.
If you have a huge debut album and then you got to follow it up.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's gonna be a lot of pressures on you to either make it different, because otherwise you'll be like, oh well, these guys are just the same if they make the album the same again, or but there's also pressures to make it as good as the first one.
Indeed.
So anyway, that's enough about that. Devin, you want to tell us about this next song I'm about to play?
Indeed. So this song, we're gonna get a little spooky here, you know.
Halloween.
So yeah, it's the Halloween episode. I think this one. So we're coming up to October and we're getting on the Halloween episode. So we're a little bit early, but whatever. Maybe we'll do another Halloween episode on Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do like
Halloween
5
party.
Halloween episodes through the entire month of October.
Yeah. And anyways, so here's a Misfits song. And you might know the Misfits. Probably not because we don't have any listeners. Just kidding. I'll try to be optimistic. Maybe we'll have a few listeners this week. Listen to the Misfits. Anyways, this song is from an album that came out in 1999. It's my favorite Misfits album. People don't seem to like it as much because it's with a different singer. It's Michael Graves on vocals.
All right, how about I play the song and then you can tell us all the information about it. Like
You're correct.
It's supposed to.
Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Anyways, this is called Helena.
Or Helena, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, whatever. Some nice guitar.
Yeah. Rock and roll. Yeah. I would not. If somebody cut up my arms and legs, I would be pissed. I would not.
You'd
love
probably
it.
be dead as well.
I'd also probably die. So, but you were saying they don't really like this album as much because the new singer.
Yeah. I think it depends on the person. I really enjoy both vocalists.
And the other vocalist is
Glenn Danzig.
Glenn Danzig, right?
Yeah, and so like, but at the same time, comparing both vocalists, like Glenn Danzig, when he was in the band, their style was much more punk. And then when Michael joined, they kind of became a bit more metal.
Yeah, that's
as you
definitely
can kind of
something.
tell with this. They're heavily influenced by Metallica, but at the same time, Metallica is heavily influenced by them. So it's kind of
bad.
yeah, because the Misfits started in like the late '70s, and then Metallica started in the early '80s. So Metallica was influenced by them, and then I think later on. The Misfits were kind of more influenced by, influenced by Metallica. So, as you can tell with this song, this one came out in 1999, is a bit more metal, but I really enjoy it. It's probably my favorite Misfits song.
It's a good song for heavier stuff.
So it's actually, this song is about a horror movie called Boxing Helena, which I've heard a lot about and I've read about it, but I actually haven't even seen it. But I may watch it tonight.
What's it about?
Basically about this. I think this guy finds this girl. I think she might have been in like a car accident or something. I'm not quite sure. Can't remember. And I don't know if he is a doctor or he thinks he's a doctor or something, and he's kind of crazy. And anyways, so he basically amputates her arms and legs. And
shit.
anyways, and he's kind of crazy, and he's
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
yeah, happy Halloween. And anyways, I think he puts her in a box.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of messed, but anyways, I need to watch it. I should have watched it before
Maybe
I
we
did
can
this.
watch it this evening.
That's true.
On a concluding note, any final thoughts?
Wonderful song, very heavy. Yeah, my favorite Misfits song.
Beautiful.
What'd you guys think?
I enjoyed it.
Song.
It was a good song. It was pretty hip.
Yeah.
I think all the people at home know I'm not a big fan of like hard stuff, but it was good.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna try not to talk.
Luca
You can tell-
Luca's a sore throat
Not so much as sore. It's just you know when you can tell
that you sound really like
your
sick.
voice is just going, and you'll never be able to get back to that normal spot.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to take it back to where
My
it
voice
was.
can only get deeper from here.
It's okay, you can sing for Pearl Jam or Creed.
Oh. It's a big hard sun.
Creed is better.
Oh my god.
Hold me now.
I want to clear the air on this too. Devin is being ironic.
Except
There's no one here who thinks Creed is actually a good band.
Yeah,
for me.
I saw
Okay.
Pearl Jam last year, and they were amazing,
Pearl
so
Jam is
good. I
great.
would never see Creed, honestly.
I
like their one song.
I
Other
see
than that-
Scott Stapp. I'd see Scott laugh so I can be like, Scott, give Eddie Vedder his voice back.
Caleb, why don't you tell us a little bit about your choice? Your
This
banger?
song is a banger, and it's by the Washington-based group, the Melvins.
Talk about
who-
Seattle sound.
Yeah, who are pioneers
Seattle punk.
pioneers of the grunge sound. They're definitely a little more metal, which is kind of noticeable in this track, but they were heavily influential on Soundgarden, Nirvana. In fact, the lead singer of this band directly knew Kurt Cobain and worked with him earlier on in projects. And so we can get right into it.
He also worked on him.
Yeah, he worked on him. He gave him new
drugs.
riffs.
Anyway, here's the song.
Here's the song. It's called Honey Bucket by the Melvins.
It definitely is a Halloween theme. We got some heavy music. Even though mine wasn't really heavy, but it did have a spooky keyboard effect.
So this song's pretty good. This is probably like their most popular song, and it's their most like commercially like accessible song.
That's what we're all about here on Mystery.
Yeah, it's the easiest for somebody like a new listener to listen to. It's very like similar to like, to me it reminds me a bit of Metallica, the drums and the guitar work on this song especially.
I agree.
But this band is best part. Okay, anyway, this band's really influential to most of the grunge
That's the
scene.
best part.
the grunge scene in Seattle. So like I was saying, they're pretty influential to Nirvana, Soundgarden, bands like that.
The heavier ones.
Yeah, like the ones who are more metal influenced, maybe besides like Alice in Chains, but they took like a bit more like hair.
Yeah, that's true.
there.
Plus they had more like slower songs, I found. Like Alice in Chains didn't have like a lot of like really fast songs.
Yeah.
You know?
These guys were pretty much pioneers of like what's called like sludge and doom metal, or like stoner rock. Like it's really like their stuff is like,
I think it's like borderline, like considering the tempo of this song, borderline thrash, but not
this
quite
one.
thrash.
This is like they're easily one of their fastest
Right.
songs. Like they have some that are just really really slow, but like with really heavy and down-tuned guitars, and so
Right.
like yeah, this is kind of an anomaly for them besides the couple. And I generally like definitely prefer faster stuff in terms of like when I listen to like aggressive music and stuff. So
I actually haven't really listened to them, so just judging by this song, it just seems to be a bit.
I would heavily recommend listening to them if you like anything grunge, really, because they're one of the bigger influences for them and other bands, you know, because these guys didn't really limit themselves to grunge or metal really as their music went on, and so you know, they dipped into other things, worked with other musicians and stuff like that. But I think my favorite parts of the song, again, are the different changes throughout and the tones on the instruments themselves. I think like bands like this paid a lot of attention to the tones of their instrument, and in a way that like was different than most. They weren't focusing on clean or anything. It was more tones that people hadn't really heard before, especially in this band. Like,
Right.
Like when I was saying earlier, my favorite part, to me, it's always sounded really electric and like and almost industrial in a way, the way the guitar sound comes out. And that's something I've always enjoyed about this song in particular, not to mention just the overt aggressiveness, which is something I've always kind of enjoyed in music. So
Well, not only was that song a banger, it was a head banger.
yeah, you can bang your
Indeed.
little noggin to it.
I love how quick we can go as podcasters, just being like totally talking like seriously about something we enjoy, and then we'll just
Yeah, like talk about like butts. Be like, haha.
Oh, that's funny.
Bigfoot.
Bum.
Yeah.
Either way, on closing notes, I recommend this if you are, you know, kind of dipping your toe into heavier stuff. At least like, or trying to learn a little bit more about like history, like different types of music, particularly grunge and kind of the 90s alternative scene. And yeah, I consider it a banger. I've been listening to it pretty heavily, you know, these last couple days. Don't know why. Just kind of stuck out to me, so.
Sounds pretty good, man.
Give it a listen. It's
I really
on
like that song.
It's on the album Houdini. And
Who done
that's it. That's it. Bangers is over. Get gone.
Get out of here.
Run along now.
Get going.
Just kidding. Don't leave. We haven't done our inspirational speech closer yet.
Yep, not yet.
We're gonna be inspirational. Somebody else is gonna give a speech, and you guys are gonna be like, "Wow,
You're
I
gonna be
learned
like,
a lot
wow,
today."
I definitely still want to keep living.
Yep."
Yeah, it's gonna take me a second to find this because 1 second.
Anyways,
Luke's on the search for his perfect speech.
he's on the hunt.
Believe it or not, Luke, who's been the edgiest tonight, is gonna pick our inspirational speech. He's gonna pick the number one.
First before the people like.
Yeah. So we're gonna listen, and we're gonna not talk about the fact that we made a Halloween episode before October started.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay. It's a big goof. Oh, you know what we could have done? Back to school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what? We can do that another day.
Yeah, we can do that some other time. Who gives a hoot? Not this guy. Did you find that speech, Luke Garrison?
Well, I'm gonna find a speech now. I thought I was gonna be funny and play this funny soundbite I heard, but I can't remember where it is. But it's basically of Eddie Vedder, like getting two countries confused or something.
Oh no.
It's like it was really cool. I forget the other country. I think he was talking about like France or something. And then he's like,
France and Quebec are the same place.
It's like I really love. Oh no, I think it was something like Denmark. Something like Denmark. It's like, oh yeah, I love Denmark. I love how. And then like it goes on, and then he starts talking about like things that are Dutch.
Oh no.
And then the interviewer's like, do you mean the Netherlands? Because like Denmark is a different country. He's like, oh yeah, I love the Dutch. Anyway, I can't find it.
Oh no.
That was really awkward trying to explain. So I suggest
it's probably more awkward for Eddie. Don't worry.
Yeah, poor Eddie. That was probably his cringiest moment.
He was probably dead better.
Oh no. He's not. He's usually pretty smart, not cringy guy. But you know what?
Everybody has their moments.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens.
Like me.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's more often than. Probably a lot more often than.
Anyway. As our highest requested inspirational speaker.
Is it Henry Rollins?
It's Henry Rollins.
It's Henry Rollins.
Oh hell yeah! Same as last week.
Yeah.
So let's just find a random.
Hell yeah.
There you go. This one's got a lot of.
Make sure it's not the.
Oh, we got a little ad.
Make sure it's not the one we did last week.
Right, I didn't do Henry Rollins last week.
What did you do last
I
week?
did.
You did I do?
He did Henry Rollins.
No, I definitely did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I think you did. He was
Oh,
talking
maybe
about
I did.
sincerity.
Maybe I did do Henry Rollins.
Henry
Wait,
Rollins,
let's
2
do
weeks in a
Henry
row.
Rollins,
Let's go.
Maybe we should just always do Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
What did we do first? We did JFK first.
Then Henry Rollins. I think he was talking about sincerity. He's like, sincerity doesn't matter. Everyone's sincere. Osama bin Laden was sincere. He sincerely wanted to kill you.
Okay. It's fine. Now you know what? We're doing Henry Rollins again.
Let's do it. Who cares?
Who doesn't? Henry Rollins is brilliant, man.
Born in 1961, went to...
What the hell?
If you turn it off, it goes away.
Anyway, we're from technical
What
difficulties.
the heck?
We don't know how to use tech.
Never...
All right.
I went to
Good night.
University for a semester.
Good night,
at
babies.
University of Washington, D.C.
Thank you very
Didn't like
much.
it. Knew I couldn't afford 4 years of student loan. Didn't want to hang
Have a
out
great
with people who were enraptured
Sleep
by
tight.
stories
Don't let the
of
bed
marijuana.
bugs bite.
This wasn't going to be for me. So I hit the streets and pursued the minimum wage jobs that I'd had all through high school. And that was, for me, that was me in the late 70s. The last straight job I had was 1981. Head manager of a Haagen-Dazs in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. on Wisconsin Avenue at the intersection of Wisconsin and O Street, making $3.75 an hour, $4 an hour, something like that. Working 40 to 60 hours a week. I had a small apartment which I shared with an old pal of mine. I had a small record collection, an ailing VW automobile, and a little tiny life with my minimum wage job, which I liked. And I looked at my life and realized this is probably about as good as it's going to get for me. I might quit this place and go work at my friend's record store because I like to be around records, and I could probably run his store very well, knowing what I knew about retail at that point. And then I got a very lucky break.